Hey guys, I'm Doctor McFarland and welcome back to the channel. To my very much surprise, the Headrush 5.0 update was released today, which is great. I was not expecting today's date, but it is a Tuesday technically, so that's good. I have my webcam over here instead of straight over wherever, so I could always move it over, but we're gonna do this kind of Van Gogh kind of look today, which is neat. I do have the Pink Wonder, which is the Kiesel Vader in sparkle something, whatever it's called. It's very sparkly. Very sparkly, totally unnecessary, but it's fun. Okay, what I have here, and let's go ahead and pull this up, is I have the Headrush Prime at my feet, because I will be using the wall, as you can see, turn on and off right there. So the first thing I guess I'm going to look at is, in the firmware 5.0 update, is the auto engage. And I swear I've been asking for this for like 8 years. So guys, please, 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 please add auto engage to the expression pedal or the treadle, whatever you want to call it. So when you move your foot, the whammy and the wall automatically turn on and you don't have to click your toe and do all the weird stuff that is just totally unnecessary in 2025 or even in 2017 back in the day. Because Helix could do this, Kemper could do this, Fractal has been doing it for a long time. Every other modeler on the market can auto engage the expression, or at least have a way to go turn that on and set up the, like even the Boss GX100 over here, you can go into the to the settings and you can tell it to auto turn on when you move your foot up and down. I just don't understand why it took so long, but we are here now and I'm glad we are. So with all that said, y'all come on in, let me know your name, where you're from, which Headrush that you have, and are you excited about the firmware update? What's your favorite things? What do you want me to look at today? Which I'll try to look at as much as I can remember. Which is really auto engage, a block mix. There's some new overdrives. There's a new amp with like multiple channels. There's a drop tune. So there's like a tune down and a tune up, which I'm definitely going to look at. And it'll be fun. So this is a Doc ReValver only rig, which I have not made a video on yet. And I really meant to, but then the holidays came and Thanksgiving and all that, and I just got behind and whatever else. So I'll probably make an official video on this rig. But for now, let's just go ahead and do a save. Let's do a save here. And save new rig. We'll call this firmware 5.0. How about that? Okay. So that way I don't mess up my other rig and all the stuff. Now, what I'm going to do, you can see that when I move my foot, that the auto engage turns on that wall pedal, which is a Morley style wall pedal. So how you assign that, you go to a hardware assign. You do that on your screen or on the web editor, as you see me have right here. And you first want to click on mode. We have classic, which is just, you assign something to the switch. You can have your A switch, turn that on and off. So yeah, I'm switching between A and B, which you're not seeing me do that because my screen, for some reason, likes to freeze whenever this other thing comes up, but I have no idea why. Joel Chappelle, what's up, man? So you can see my toe is switching back and forth, which is cool. Okay, so we got that. We also have advanced mode, which tells you, yes, I want to add, I want to add the drive to my expression pedal. So when I move my foot, the drive is going from 0 to 100 and so forth. Okay, but we don't need all that. We don't need all that. We're going to unassign that one. We're going to do whatever. Okay. So now the last one that is brand new is called auto engage. Okay, we can see the pedal goes from 0 to 100, which we can bring that down. We can make it like 90 if we want. But now the new option is the off position can be set to toe up, toe down, or just when you stop moving the pedal altogether. Okay, so let's try all these out. So the toe up means my heel is down and the pedal turns off. See how the more wall lights up and then it doesn't light up, and then it lights up. Now it doesn't light up, and it lights up, and now it doesn't light up. So okay, now notice that it's turning off pretty fast. So as soon as I hit my heel down, it's when to turn off, which is maybe not what I want. So I have an off delay. So I'm going to move this over, and the longest it can be is 5,000 milliseconds, which is actually 5 seconds long, which is pretty long. So let's try this out. So here's my toe. I'm going to put it on heel. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it finally turns off. So it's a little long for my taste. So let's see what like half a second is, like, like around 500 milliseconds or so. So turn it on, turn it off, then it turns off like a split second later. So that might be good, and it helps you from not having it turn off prematurely when you go all the way to the heel position. So let's play this again. Okay, then it turns off after a second. Let's do the opposite now. Let's go toe down, which means when the toe is down and the heel is up, toe is down, then the wall is going to turn off. And I think that's how most people use it, because you got to have the toe down when you click the switch on a regular wall pedal anyways. So that's good. So we're going to do it again. Then when I go all the way up to the toe, it hangs for just a half a second, then it turns off. So that's pretty good. And then let's make it to where it stops. And now I'm just going to move my foot back and forth, and I'm going to stop it. Then it turns off, move it again. Then it stops. You probably want to take your foot off, which most of the time you probably will. If you leave it on and you just nudge it slightly, then it'll just stay on forever until you just keep your foot totally still. So barely move it. Now it turns back on, turns back off. Okay, pretty good stuff. Joel Chappelle, thank you, my brother, for the $10 super chat. You're very kind, and I appreciate your support there. Let me know what I can do for you. Back rub, foot rub, wash your car, whatever. All right, now the top of this thing, I'm going to make this be like, let's make it 70 on the top. So that means it's not going to get as bright. Okay, the only issue with the off position set to stop is sometimes you do like to have that cocked wall kind of sound. So you just leave, I'll put it on toe down now. So if I'm going to put it halfway up, we got this kind of cocked wall sound. Okay, all that's pretty good. Let's see what settings we have. We just have pedal and we have level. Let's try a different one here. I'm gonna go to. I actually can't remember how to just change it out. On the editor, I'm a really bad displayer of everything. Let's delete it. No, stop. Okay, let's do this. Let's drag it down. There should be a way to just change it out, but I'm probably doing it something wrong. Let's go down to I know how to do this. Let's go to pitch actually. Let's do a chord. Let's do a whammy. Let's do like an octave up type thing. Okay? So you can see that the whammy pitch is automatically moving. Okay? I honestly do not know why my screen is freezing like that. It was doing that in a different video, and I don't like that. So let's see here. The bottom of this is being cut off. So let's do this. Kind of see the whole screen. So my foot is moving the pitch. Okay, but you also notice that when the toe is down, it's also wanting to turn off. So now we have the opposite issue of, just for some reason, I know the reason. I mean, let's have it on the toe up. So on whammy, you probably want that to be on channel B. I would think. So let's do this. Let's unassign from A, and let's go over to B, then hit assign, and we'll do whammy, and we'll do the pitch. Okay. So that way on the B section, you can have the toe to be up. Okay. Maybe have your off delay be set what does that say? 900. It really doesn't matter. We can do like 500 something. So. Okay, so that works pretty good. Then we go back to our, let's go back to our A position here. And then let's go add another block. We'll go to wall and filter. We'll go to, let's do a shine wall. Shine wall is pretty cool. Default. Let's move this over to here. So now we have a wall and a whammy at the beginning. And we're going to go back to assign. And then I'm going to be on A. And now you can hear. See, I'm switching back and forth between pedals. Okay. The only other issue at this point that I'm seeing is depending on how I have my foot pedal selected. So now I'm on B. And I'm trying to click back and forth, and it's not really letting me do it. But why not? Why won't it let me do it? Yeah, that's kind of weird. We got the offset. Okay. That's going to be a workflow issue I'm going to have to work out. Because right now I have it set to where if my toe is up and my heel is down, then the whammy turns off. But when I click over to the wah-wah pedal, okay, see, it's too confusing for the software to be like, hey, I know what you're doing. So there's that. So regardless, auto engage is here, and you can hopefully figure out how all that works for you. Okay. Let's do one more here. Let's do the drop tune stuff. So let's go find wall and pitch. It's not going to be under there. It's going to be under pitch. And we have a drop tune. I did watch the promo video for this earlier, and it sounded pretty good, I felt, overall. Let's see. I'm going to switch this over to the other amp. Okay, I'm turning that on and off with a switch there. See that? That's pretty killer. Let's go down 2. So I have a 7-string, and this has a low B. So now when I turn this on, I'm going to sound like I'm in drop C, or in open, or like in a C sharp standard. No, I'm going to be in A. I'm going to be in A, so really low. Okay, the mode says it's on down 2, but the preset is different, so. That's really good. That's actually really good. The drop tune stuff was released many years ago, probably like 2019 or so. Maybe 20. Well, it's definitely not 2020. Probably 2019. And it's just never sounded that great. But with all the auto-tune capabilities that the Headrush has now, and just other pitch options that they've improved over the years, it's great seeing that the drop tune has gotten some love and finally works. Okay, this was a clean sound. I mean, with distortion, you can get away with a lot of mess, but with clean, let's check it out. Okay. That's pretty good. Let's add in turn that off. Let's add in the uptune now. The uptune funk. We're gonna go up 1. Okay, so this is gonna be like a virtual capo. It's great for you singers, songwriters out there. Maybe not the greatest for acoustic, because you can still hear the acoustically in the room. So then if you try to pitch that up, it's not going to sound all that great. But with electric guitar, you can definitely get away with a multitude of sins here. So let me go to my foot switch assigns. I don't need an IR in there. So let's go to uptune and on. There we go. So I have the uptune and the drop tune at my feet. I can turn these on and off. Okay, like that. Let's do this. So you can see the pedal turn on and off there. So what we got is this is up a half step. Okay, so I have it I'm playing a G, but now with the uptune. Now I'm playing in A flat, magically, right? Now I'm going to go here. pretty convincing. Let's do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do a 5th fret. I like playing this on the 5th fret, so. I hear a little bit of lag in there. It's not horrible. It's the tracking really that is what I'm hearing, so. Going down. All right, pretty good. Pretty good overall. Now for the block mix stuff, check this out. If you go into a click on a block, we do have gain and sensitivity here, which means we have a compressor on. Let's raise the sensitivity up really high. Okay, so we got stuff like that, and now you notice before we had input gain and output gain in an EQ. Now we have a block mix parameter. And I swear, I don't know why my screen is freezing, but it is. And that's pretty annoying. So I have to figure that out. But the block mix is allowing you to dial in the dry sound, really of anything. You can do with amps, drive pedals, fuzz pedals on your bass guitar so you don't lose the low end on your bass, which we can plug into bass a little bit later and try that out. So let's but what I wanted this for is a parallel compression type option for the, especially like the gray comp and some of those other compressors that really just like to be a little too spanky sounding, and I want to be able to dial in my dry sound in that. So let's go like 50-50 on this. So well, here it is with 100%. Then there's totally dry. And then let's do like half and half. Okay, pretty good. Bring it back a little bit more. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the sensitivity all the way up. So it's compressing a lot. Okay. Then go back to my mix. I'm going to put this at 100% so we can hear what the effect is. Okay, let's go back down to 50%. Okay, I like that a lot. That's good. So it just really comes to show you that you can, let's turn this one off and let's bring in a second one. Let's go to compressor and let's do a Buddha comp. Because why not? Let's move this down here. Okay, a lot of options here. We got the gain. We got level. We have compression. Let's bring that all the way up. Okay, lots of compression on this. Okay, bring the attack. Okay, lots of compression. Let's dial the block mix back. Cross your fingers. Cool. That was totally out. Bring it back in. 50%. So what you're getting right now is your dry sound, like ringing out naturally, but then you have the compressor lengthening those notes in the chords to just help them ring out a little bit longer. But you also get the attack of your string. Okay, so it's all about the initial attack and then the note lengthening out. It's a really hard word to say, lengthening. Okay, I can do it. I'm just going to avoid that word from now on. I'm going to cut it out of my vocabulary forever. Okay, pretty good stuff. I like that. Let's go ahead and turn that off for now, which is fine. Now, the amps I have in here are super clones. These are the Wagner Shiva lead and the Flathill TA Tweed. Sounds good. And honestly, those super clones alone, I mean, I can do a lot with that. I could play whole gigs in stadiums with those two sounds right there, along with other drive pedals, whatever else. But for this preset, I'm just going to delete those because I already have those in a different rig. Let's go to our amps and let's choose ReValver. And we're going to go choose the on one clean, on one crunch, and the lead. Now, the crazy thing with ReValver stuff is you can only have one block in there, but you can't do the ×2 until it's to do switch doubling, which technically gives you 2. And then we can go back and forth on my switch here. Okay, so on this second one, I'm going to have to go in and tell it to do the lead, which hopefully this one is on clean. Okay, so we're on clean on that one. So let's check these out. And that's actually quite amazing. Let me switch out my well, I'm just gonna mute this. I'm gonna switch out guitars real fast. All right, this guitar is the Reverend 6-gun TL. It originally came with 3 single coil pickups, but I replaced these with the these are the DiMarzio Area 61 and 58s, which I bought probably like a decade or so ago or more, and they sound really good. They're basically like stacked humbuckers, so you don't get any hum. We still have a nice single coil type sound. Okay, so there's that. We're going to dial this in, folks. So we got the presence up pretty high. Let's not do that. Let's raise the gain up. I am loving the output level on here, which helps immensely, which is another word I need to take out of my vocabulary. Immensely. What it helps you do is really just level out your overall volume there. It's kind of like the master fader here on my mixing board. You're just moving it up and down. That's what the output level is doing. Joel says, which I probably agree with, that's how they got the CPU under control. If I recall, prior to 4.0, we could put 2 ReValvers and 2 HR. Yes, you could. And I like that. And I kind of wish they... I kind of wish they would bring that back. But, you know, whatever. Looks like split pea soup. Yeah, maybe so. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. Let's crank the gain up on this one. Pretty loud. Where's my overdrive? Okay, not bad. You can get it nice and crunchy, or you can just keep it clean. And that's with the greener, with the drive all the way up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's turn that back down. Let's turn that back down. All right, that's a nice jazzy sound for an amp. On the neck pickup. They did say in the Headrush video that this is based on the 6505, but it is completely modified and just redone from the ground up, essentially. But here's the tune-up. Here's the tune down. All right, cool. That's all working there. Now going to my other head. This is the lead sound. We're going to need to go to our output level and bring this one up accordingly. Okay, we can turn on high gain. Okay, I'm liking it. We can also keep the gain down a little bit lower and kick it with the pedal. Cool. I like it. I also have a Zen drive in here. And also have a tremolo. All right, another thing you can do on within the global settings, let's see if you can see this here. Within the global settings, we can set the looper function. We can set the foot switch on the board to be set to drums, practice, tuner, or just looper, okay? And I currently have the tap tempo and the tuner on the same thing, so I don't know why they put it there, but it is what it is. So I'm going to put this on drums, and now if I click drums, it's going to give me an option to play a little bit. Okay, let's go. Let's actually stop that. I'm looking for I was looking for a volume option on here, but I guess you just got to bend over and adjust it yourself. Let's bring it down to 70%. Okay, so it's going to play, and there are different fills, and there's like different sections. You can go from like a verse, chorus, bridge. You can also set up different fills and stuff in there. F-I-L-L fill, a drum fill. So check this out. Okay. So those cymbal hits, I'm hitting with my foot, and it's called the accent switch. Okay. I still feel like I'm a little, I'm not as loud as I probably should be or something. So I'm going to bring the volume down to 40 for 50%. Okay, cool. Okay, I see what I did. How do I do this? Okay, I peeled it off. So there's my looper. So hit looper. Okay, cool. I'm gonna try this again. I haven't played with this a whole lot, but this is kind of fun for practicing and whatnot. So one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4. See what it did. Wow. I need more practice with this, obviously. So what it's going to do when you hit start, it's actually going to wait it's going to wait a certain length of time. And you're going to need to go into the settings here. And there's like a count in. Behavior, crash. The accents is a crash. Let's make it a open hi-hat or something. I know you can't see this on the screen because there's really not a way to. There's just not a way to make it see what I'm seeing, unfortunately. Yeah, there's no way to do it on the editor right here. So. What I'm trying to figure out is, maybe it is just a setting of some sort. Let's just go back to global settings. See what we got. Hybrid mode, hold for foot switch, assign looper function, the drums, on release, expression pedal. It's not going to do anything. Audio. Okay, I think it's going to hold. It's going to wait for like 4 counts. So you're probably going to want to do, you're going to want to do this. You're going to have it play, and then 4 beats before you come in, you have to hit record, and then you can actually start recording and play along. So here we go. Let's try it again. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have no idea. I don't know why it's I don't know why it's doing that. Let's just go to the normal. Let's go to the normal looper. Let's do that. See what we got. Yeah, you can set up the count in, which you can. The autofill rate, auto tempo, the count. I'm going to turn the count in off. And let's just see how that works. Let's do it one more time. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe I'm not. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now I'm just mad. All right, I'm gonna have to mess with that. I just don't know why it's not doing what I think it should be doing. But clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think you can change all the drum programs in the remote. Count-in is in the settings under global BPM. Global BPM. Maybe so. Not seeing anything here. Well, that's really the last little thing here is the drums, which is a cool addition, and it's great for practicing and whatnot. Auto drum machine. There's a drum machine. Practice tool, Bluetooth, all the stuff. Now you do have to go into global settings and activations, and you have to download all the other kits. Okay, so otherwise, when you first download this or install the firmware, you're only going to get one kit, but you have to go into global settings, activations, and then you can see all your other stuff there, which is neat. All right. There is a drum machine there. Beat looper. Why is this so weird? Accents, fills, behavior. Next fill, count in is off. Autofill rate. Yeah, I would just think that I could start recording like right now. Okay, that's weird. It decided to work that time. I really don't know why it decided to work that time, but it did. Let's do a different one. Let's do jazz, basic, and let's just see what happens. Okay, here we go. 3, 4. Now it's working. I have no idea why. Whatever. Now, I can go back into my drums and I can actually change the kit. So there's like a little 808 kind of thing. This is kind of cool. Okay, I like that. Going back to the drums, let's change the style. This is Latin. Ba-ba. Cool. It's like a slow metal. Metal again. This is like a pop shovel. Okay, let's stop it. Let's clear the looper. Let's play this again with this kit. I'm actually going to change kits to, let's try that one. All right, cool. Alright, I like it. I like that one. Let's go to a different style. It's punk reggae. Yeah, I have no idea why it wasn't working before, but it's working now. So I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss with all that. Here's another rock tune. All right, I'm good with all that. So, cool. So what do we have? We have drums. We have auto engage for the wall. We have some overdrive. Let's go change out our overdrives real fast. Let's change these suckers out. We don't want these things. We don't want them. Let's go do overdrive. And we have a lot. We have a lot to choose from here. But we have the Jimmy overdrive. We'll set that to default and turn it off. And then we'll bring in the other one. I'll change the scene so you can see what I'm doing. And we have the Palace overdrive. Okay, so check this out. Let's make sure we go back to our clean sound here. Clean Palace overdrive. Okay, looking at the settings, we have drive, we have level, we have tone, and we have the overdrive type, which is OD, boost, and distortion. So that switch right there is typically like a three-way toggle switch that gives you the overdrive, boost, or the distortion, like especially different LED clipping options within the pedal. So here's the overdrive option. Okay, here's the boost, which is really cool. And then here's the distortion. All right, I'm going full humbucker on this one. Let's switch it back over. So I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, guys. Drum parameters in the remote. Maybe you can. I'm not sure where you do that though. All right. So if I know what you're saying, you think this is a PRS, but it's not. This is the Kiesel CT6. I've had it for a little bit, but this is my PRS killer. So this is a cool guitar, and looks great and all this stuff. But here's some humbuckers for you. I do have a C-verb in there, and this is my own personal IR that I made of this room before I put everything in it. And on my old website, I did have that for sale for $5, like the whole pack. But I found out in experimenting that only half the pack works, or like it will load. And I'm not really sure why. But I'm going to turn down that wet a little bit. All right, pretty neat. Let's turn off the palace. Okay, here's the Jimmy. And get some volume out of this thing. Clicking on the Jimmy. Let's turn up the level a little bit. And the Jimmy OD is based off of the Paul Cochran Timmy. The T-Maw, as you say it in Line 6 land. And I think it sounds flipping great. Same thing, we got 3 different soft clip options. So here's 1. 2. And 3. Maybe we'll turn down the treble just a little bit. I'm going to turn up the output volume of this a little bit more. Go back to the 14. Let's go back to this one, bring up the output level of this a little bit. Yeah, for like a clean and an overdrive option, you can play country, rock, blues, I mean literally whatever you want with these 2 amps. It's pretty amazing. Here's the Jimmy again. Level back down. Turn that back down a little bit. Back to Palisade. That's a rock and roll machine right there. If you watched my last night's live stream with the Tonemaster Pro, I made a comment about how, I mean, it's great having multi-channel amps or multiple amps in a rig, but a lot of the times you can get away with having a single clean amp and then just using pedals as your dirt to turn on and off. So this is a good example of, you got your clean. I can bring my volume up. And then turn on your Jimmy for like a lower gain overdrive. Or maybe even just, definitely need to bring that down a little bit more. Let's bring it down to like here. Alright, so nothing too crunchy, but just a little breakup. You can clean up if you go to a different pickup position. Or even just roll down your volume. Right, and then go to the Palace. Okay, still pretty loud. Let's turn that back down. Let's also turn the tone knob down a little bit. Go back to overdrive. Maybe on distortion. I'm doing is I'm turning on both of those pedals for some reason. Let's bring this back down even more. All right, good. I like that. Maybe we'll turn on our, well, the compressor's already on. A cool trick with the tremolo from the tube tremolo is it does naturally raise the gain or the overall volume, and it makes it a little bit brighter. So you can go in and like use the block mix if you want to, or you can just lower the gain, which I've done here. I've actually lowered it by like 7.4 dB. So it just kind of helps tame the volume of that. All right, guys, this is pretty good. And I don't want to go more than an hour because there's really nothing else to show. But we got a few drive pedals, auto engage, drop tune, up tune, drum stuff, new amps or new amp channels, and pretty good. I'd say that's a pretty good update for Headrush. I mean, honestly, auto engage has been on my list for years and years and years, and I'm really glad they finally added it. And I can sleep easy now. How about you? I can sleep a lot better knowing that they have auto engage. So. Well, thank you, Joel, for chiming in the chat. I guess none of you other people had any questions or anything. So maybe you're driving home and you're trying to watch YouTube in the car or something. I don't know. But if you have any comments or questions, please be sure to leave those in the comment section below. And I will have an updated description to where you can check them out. My affiliate links to Amazon, Zounds, and Sweetwater. And I do have a few different Headrush products on my website that goes over every the Headrush tone sculpting course, goes over every amp, cab, mic, pedal, effect, whatever. Just gives you a breakdown of each one and how I would dial that in. And then we do have the super clones or the clones product where I've made my own clones of things and also some super clones and upload those to the site. And then I have the HTS Rigs, which is a monthly live stream, which I haven't done yet technically. Even though I'm doing a live stream now, I'll do another live stream a little bit later in the month. And you let me know what kind of rigs you want me to make and all that stuff. And you can access that with a one-time payment and go download all those rigs I've made in previous live streams and also presently and in the future. So if you want to help support the channel, there are many ways to do it. And I appreciate Joel once again for the super chat. And I'm going to go have some dinner. So you have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is.